Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Copper Coins Coin Roll Hunt Reveal E388, a 1958D original wrapped roll. How is everybody doing today? I'm a bit early again, but it was a necessity. I'm still running out of gas early in the day, and my voice is still intact, so I figured I'd get it done. The lucky chip is 10, and we will let a couple of people stroll in here. Lots of interesting stuff. Mickey, welcome to find lots of RPMs, a couple double die obverses. There are a couple very minor double die reverses, so we're only going to look at the first 10 coins or so. JM, welcome. Go ahead and open this up. Nice to finally be getting back to normal. Did some housework today. Went out and did some minor yard work. Fixed my pool filter. So getting back in the saddle. Very good. Stan Horn, welcome. Did you get your package, Stan? Frostbite. Very cool. Thank you. I got yours too. Wife is napping. I bet she is. That's a long way to travel and not get some sort of time-related lag. Pretty nice coins. This was the ender. Coin number 2, Chubby Pop. Interesting couple current events for 1958. Of course, Ike was still president. Postage was still 3 cents, same as the 52 roll we did. The deficit had about doubled to about $480 billion by that point. And Explorer 1 was launched on a Jupiter rocket, January 31st. Lots of die scratching. The die scratching is a product of them cleaning the dies. They get gunk and slag and stuff like that in them. Doug Rezak, good morning. Next coin for Sirig. So far we've got nothing. I did end up finding 4 more of those RPMs yesterday that I just thrown back in the pile. That is a very minor RPM. It's on the doubtful list. But we're going to take a quick peek for it. Richard Sappington, welcome to the show. Nothing on that page. Should be kind of easy to find the way it's kind of over towards the 9. Nothing on that page. All right, I will go over to the Wexler listings and see if there's anything on that real quick. Nothing that I see, but I'm going to put it aside. Maybe with better light, something else will pop out of it. But where you see it, it's just right there. It's almost just a nick. And it's only on the lower. I would venture to say that that is not visible with the 10x loop. But we'll see. Coin number 4. Paul Hampton. Silver Spurs, good morning. Yeah, there is a lot of interesting history in well, there's a lot of history every year that interests me. I don't know. Oh, gouge right there under the 5. I don't know why that means something to me, but it does. I've seen this die pair before. Maybe it's just because I've seen it before. Lots of die chipping on the T of Cent. Sissy, welcome. Good to see ya. Coin number 5, Mark Thomas. I'm glad you could. I'm glad you could. Are you on the road? I have just gotten over a cold. Man, I don't know what kind of respiratory deal I had, but I didn't feel terrible. I just couldn't talk. And a cough, boy, did I cough a lot. But it seems to be on the mend, but my voice is still weak. But I'll take it for sure. Better than being all congested. Robert Bruce, welcome. Havasu City. God, I went there. God, it would be back in the 80s. I haven't been back to Arizona since then. Coin number 7, Trip. Do have a Loomis roll coming up tomorrow. Going to be exciting. I might, if I get ambitious, list a couple of RPMs up on that Lincoln Cent auction site. I don't know if everybody's aware, but Chuck and Mickey and Chris Hurley have kind of re-energized that site. So you might be able to catch a deal or get something to fill a hole in your collection. Yeah, that for sure is not enough. That's barely anything. Die chip on the wheat. We have a 2004 War Nickel. Oh, you're talking, it's a commemorative. All right. Yeah, there's Ocean View. There's, I think, 2 for each year. 2004, 2005. Coins and Ghouls. overall, some really nice coins. Chuck almost shamed me. I've got a box of rolls that I've picked out over the years. There's probably, well, it's probably a box and a half. They're in blue nickel boxes. I was going to look through and see about grading some, but I'm over it already. Shaking hands one, all right. And the other one I think is Ocean View, I think they call it. There's a little doubled eyelid. Let me look at this last coin because I thought this was the same die pair. Nope. Definitely different. Let's see what we got here. If we have something listed. One DO003. So Carl gets a 1DO003. Let me get my notes. Oh, and Carl is the winner of the giveaway. Congratulations. Coingratulations, Carl, as Dirty Water would say. Wait a minute, what did I just do here? I don't want to do that. I just grabbed a coin out of the pile. Brain ain't working. Coin 11 for Alex. IT. Wow, what is this? That is that like in the die or on the coin? Get a little. Let me find a Q-tip here. Hopefully I got one. A lot of that is metal on the 5. That is metal. Looks like a struck through something. And then there's like a blob of metal built up right here. And it looks like a struck through right there. Let me see. RPMs for that day, because that almost looks like an RPM too. Go back to copper coins. They must have changed this, so let me look elsewhere. Because when copper coins was created, a lot of the listings came from the Lincoln Cent book. Oh, that is it. All right. That is it. All right, let's see here. Oh, that very well could be it. Look, number 6. Well, it's not that. Let me look at it through the glass. I think that's actually just a little, almost looks like it could be a little lamination or a piece of metal stuck on top of the mint mark. Very interesting though. Yeah, on the mint mark for sure. It was hard to tell on the 5 because it was smashed so hard into it that it. I mean, it didn't come off when I rubbed it. It was solid. So the only way to really tell is if we see another one. I do got a marker off of it, but it was cool. Did have a struck through, so it could be a piece, something, like a lamination, and it fell off and got kind of smashed right into the date. IT, good to see you. Coin 13, Taco John. We got one DO003 and then a neat struck through possible lamination. I don't know if you saw that or not, DW. If you didn't, I'll put it back up. And I'll put it back up so you can check it out. Definitely like a lamination on the mint mark. And a struck through in the 9, but that blob on the 5, it's hard to say. It's like something's moved, but it's metal that's pushed over. It's not disconnected. So it's kind of a strange bird. But this right here is definitely lifted up like a lamination right there. I'm feeling better, but I lose my voice real easy now. I never felt terrible. I just couldn't talk or lay down because I would cough too hard. I mean, it was just a cold or cough or whatever. I guess it could have been, I had a friend tell me when he had COVID, that's how his COVID was. So I guess I could have. I didn't take any tests. I just got cold medication. Interesting little mar in the die. Yeah, it was definitely weird. Got little die dots right in the field there. The coins are pretty good quality. Let me get another throat lozenge here. Trying to get through without losing it. Yesterday I lost my voice by about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Then it came back again. And then it was fine this morning. Mark Thomas, welcome. One double die obverse. There you go, the horse coin whisperer. That's it. Next coin for frostbite. This is that minor RPM. I pulled it out. It's probably going to be too minor. It's just a fly speck. But I'm going to hold it out, maybe with different light, and I'll send a copy to Chuck or a picture to Chuck to see what he thinks. That's what it was with me. So I literally did 3.5 long double row boxes. I attributed, tagged, flipped, because I did that for a long time in the middle of the night. Now this is an RPM, and I think this is RPM 23 or 1mm 23. That's going from memory because I actually attributed one of these. Maybe 20. Yeah, 23. 1mm 23. What's the chance of remembering that? Yep, there it is for sure. So Doug gets a 1mm 23 that crosses over to WRPM 9 for those that want to know. 1mm 023. So our second die variety of the roll. Now this, I think, is the doubled. Nope, I thought that die scratch right through the 9, or from the 9, was the marker for the eyelid, but it wasn't. Let me look at this real quick and see how the die scratch is different. Oh, it is different. All right. I've been using your term, Dirty Water. Been using the congratulations on the giveaway. Coin 19 for Sereg. Same die pair as the last coin. Anybody have any really good finds over the last week and a half? I kind of been away and out of communications with people. Have been answering my emails for the most part. And 3 in a row from the same die pair. Lots of heavy snow today. Ugh, I just threw up a little bit. Best thing about Florida, everybody goes, don't you hate the hurricanes? I really do hate the hurricanes. And I've had the misfortune of being through, well, 4 Cat 5s now. Or they're Cat 5s, Cat 4s. Close enough. There's a 1mm 23. For Mark, I still like him better than a blizzard. The effects are usually about the same as far as damaging to the house and the electricity and all that, except for one. The one hurricane was pretty nasty. Little bag hit. A real heavy bag hit on the mint mark, but this is the double die. There it is. 1DO003. Well, you need to, Dan. I didn't hunt much either. You know, I always was I didn't mind heat. So I get it. There's a lot of people that can't take heat. And then there's the opposite. There's a lot of people that love the heat. You know, I got a good friend in Arizona, and he bought a house in Florida, and everybody's like, why would you move there? It's so hot. And he goes, I'm from Arizona. It's hot here. And, you know, like he says, he goes, everybody says, well, it's a dry heat. He says, when it's 120 degrees outside, it doesn't matter how dry it is. It's still hot. Finishing up a 54p roll. 54p doesn't have a whole lot of varieties. You're more looking for error coins. I think there's a couple of double die ob versus class 4. 54p, you find some really good gem coins though. They can be worth some money because that's one of the years that the coins just really lacked quality. I see me. When it's 110, I sweat no matter if it's moist heat or dry heat. Uh, it's just hot. And like I said, my aunt lived there for a while. She said the same thing. She ended up moving to West Palm in Florida just because she liked she says, I like the water. And she says, I liked Arizona because my uncle had to live there part-time for business. But she says, besides that, there's nothing. She says, there's some mountain ranges, and so you can get some cool weather in the wintertime, and I think there's even skiing there. Or close. And that was kind of nice. She said it was close, but she says besides that, it was just hot, and she might as well have lived in Detroit because it was the same, except Detroit had water too. Well, I hope she's feeling okay. My memory of Arizona is getting into the car and burning my hand on the steering wheel. It was so hot that I literally, the plastic on the steering wheel was soft. Yeah, it's glorious here today. It's like 80 degrees, but there is no humidity, and there's a nice breeze in the air. It's actually really nice here today. So 2 double dies, 2 RPMs. 89p WDDR1 and a 72p WDDO19. Say a WDDO19 is probably the little flare on the 2 of the date. I'm not familiar with that one offhand. This should be the double die, and it is. Oh yeah, no kidding. I definitely get it, Frosty. Oh darn, I left a damn double. I'm gonna have to go through this again. Put this over here. I put the 1 double die we found right before this. Oh wait, I think I know whose coin that was. Carl Clark. Yeah, I'll have to go through these again. I put one of them back in. Oh yeah, the asphalt actually gets soft. Yeah. Coin 32 for Dan. Yeah, I know my son, he used to go to El Centro, and he says that that's very offensive. When he was on shore duty, he had to go and twice a year they would do some sort of training there. And he says it was so hot that they basically did the training in the middle of the night. Only did stuff that they had to do during the day. And if you had to go out during the day, they literally just pushed water down your throat. Um, it probably does. When it gets that hot outside, I just stay home. I'm fortunate enough to be at that age to where when it gets really offensive out, I don't have to do anything. I got a swimming pool and I've got air conditioning and I just cool off that way. This should be the double die again. You can see there's a die scratch right here, and then there's this little hump. There it is. A little die crack there. Nope, thought it was. Next coin, shiny coin guy. Oh, no, that part. I think the asphalt has changed though since those days, Mark. I think they've got stuff in it now that gets it really hard. Because I haven't seen that lately, but that used to happen in Michigan. You'd park your motorcycle in the parking lot, and it would sink into the asphalt. Trip gets a 1D03. Next coin, Roy. That to me in Florida is the worst part is when like in the summertime, like let's say the end of July, we only get up to maybe 91 or 92 with a heat index of 98 or 100. And there's usually a decent breeze and it rains and cools off. There's a lot of good things, but at night, literally goes down to like, 85 or higher. So there's not a lot of cooling at night. So you're basically in heat all the time. Yeah, I think they started that asphalt project. God, I think it was in the early 90s, maybe the mid 90s, where they were putting glass and all sorts of stuff into the asphalt to try to get it to where they didn't need so much petroleum. Got a little red fuzz from the paper on that. Next coin for Wanda. So not bad talking today. Yesterday, by the end of the reveal, I could barely speak, and this one's kind of going by good, so I'm happy. Maybe I'm finally through, and it would be a week, really. It was actually Saturday morning last weekend is when it started to come on, and it didn't get bad until Monday, Tuesday. Next coin for Doug. Doug gets, and I thought that was the RPM. Oh, that's the first one. All right. So that's the minor one. We'll have to see about this one. That's on the maybe list. Coin 45 for Mickey. And we got another double die. Eric SFC, welcome to the show. Next coin, Taco John. We have found a couple RPMs and a few double die obverses, and there's another of the double die obverses. That's good. That's good. Yeah, I know by yesterday I was almost screaming at the end. And actually the voices seems to be getting stronger as I go along. So that's excellent. Might end up doing a roll dig or something this weekend. Or this week. Just to do a hangout session. Maybe when I'm trying to identify the stuff we find in the reveals and take photos, maybe I'll go and broadcast that. There it is, 1D03 for frostbite. So there is one in the pile that I put back in the pile. I will find it after the show. Coin 50 for Wanda. Got a little ring of death on this one. And that is the roll. So let me go through and tell everybody we got 2 of the RPM 23s, and they go to Doug and Mark. And 1D03 we have Frostbite, Taco John, Mickey, Trip, Mark, Carl, and Wanda. And there's one more in the roll. I don't remember who it's for, but I'm going to go pluck it out right now. Tomorrow got a reveal on this roll, and I think it is a 60D roll. 60D large dates on the end, so 60D large date roll. And I hope to see everybody there. Also going to be doing a reveal show, so get your spots in next week's reveals. I will probably do 4 rolls. I know one is going to be a 2009 roll that I got from Stan. Other than that, I'm not sure yet. Anyways, I hope everybody has a great day, and I will see you in the neighborhood. We'll talk to y'all soon.